Ibps PO Quantitative Aptitude, Arithmetic Word Problems, Percentage Prelims plus Mains 2025. The concept of percentage is fundamental to many arithmetic questions in Ibps PO. It is not only a direct topic but also the base of several other topics like profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, data interpretation, and more. Therefore, mastering this one concept can help solve at least 20-25% of the quant section efficiently. The examiner often embeds percentage logic subtly into word problems, D-sets, and arithmetic applications. Concept of percentage from scratch to advanced. The term percentage is derived from the Latin word percentum, meaning per hundred. It is a way of expressing a number as a fraction of 100. The symbol used is percent. For example, 25% means 25 out of every 100, or simply 25 100ths. Basic conversions. To convert a percentage to a fraction. 5% equals 25 100ths equals 1 quarter, 75% equals 75 100ths equals 3 quarters, 0.5% equals 0.5, 100 equals 1 200th. To convert a decimal to a percentage. 0.85 equals 0.85 times 100 equals 85%, 0.06 equals 6%. To convert a fraction to a percentage, 3/5 equals 3/5 times 100 equals 60%. Key concepts in percentage problems 1. Percentage change, increase, decrease, formula. Percent change equals new value, old value times 100. Example. If a salary increases from 20,000 rupees to 25,000 rupees, percent increase equals 5,000 20,000ths times 100 equals 25%. If a population decreases from 5,000 to 4,500, percent decrease equals 500 5,000ths times 100 equals 10%. 2. Successive percentage change. If an item's price is increased by X% and then again by Y%, the net percentage change is, net percent change equals X plus XY 100. Example. If is increased by 20% and then by 10%, net increase equals 20 plus 10 plus 20 times 10, 100 equals 32%. If increase and decrease are involved, net change equals X, Y, XY 100. Example. Increase by 20%, then decrease by 10%, net change equals 20 to 10, 20 times 10, 100 equals 10 to 2 equals 8% increase. 3. Percentage of a quantity, find 20% of 250. Example. Increase by 20%, then decrease by 10%, net change equals 20 to 10, 20 times 10, 100 equals 10 to 2 equals 8% increase. 3. Percentage of a quantity to find 20% of 250 rupees, 20 100ths times 250 equals 50 rupees. 4. Reverse percentage. Used when you were given the percentage result and need to find the base. Example. 40% of what number is 80? 40 100ths times x equals 80, x equals 80 times 140ths equals 200. 5. Comparison of percentages. If A gets 60% marks and B gets 80% marks in the same exam, B gets 20% more marks than A, but to find how much percent B's marks are more than A's marks, equals 80 to 60, 60 times 100 equals 33.33%. Important percentage values to remember. These appear in D, approximation, and pie charts, so they must be memorized. 1/2 equals 50%. 1/3 equals 33.33%. 1/4 equals 25%. 1/5 equals 20%. 1/6 equals 16.66%. 1/8 equals 12.5%. 1/10 equals 10%. 2/3 equals 66.66%. 3/4 equals 75%. Types of questions in Ibps PO. Basic direct percentage. What is 20% of 450? Successive changes. A price increases by 10% then decreases by 5%. Inks decrease in quantities, population, salary, marks, income, expenses, etc. Applications in profit loss, SI, C, discounts, and D. Finding the base or original number from percentage. Data interpretation using percentage change. Previous year questions PYQs. Q1. A number is increased by 20% and then decreased by 10%. What is the net percentage change? Answer. 20 to 10, 20 times 10, 100 equals 10 to 2 equals 8% increase. Ibps PO 2022. Q2. If 30% of A is equal to 20% of B, what is the ratio of A to B? Answer. 30 100ths, A equals 20 100ths, B right pointing arrow A, B equals 2/3, ratio equals 2, 3. Ibps Clerk Mains 2021. Q3. A person's income is increased by 25%. If his original income was 48,000 rupees, what is his new income? Answer. 25% of 48,000 equals 12,000 rupees, right pointing arrow, new income equals 60,000 rupees. Ibps PO Prelims 2020. Q4. In a class, 60% students are boys. If the number of boys is 24, what is the total number of students? Answer. 60% equals 24, right pointing arrow, 100% equals 24 times 100, 60 equals 40. Ibps RRB 2019. Final exam smart tricks. Use fractional equivalents of percentages for faster calculation, e.g., 25% equals 1/4. Always keep original value in mind when doing percentage change. Use reverse calculation technique for x% of what is y type problems. For d-based percentage change, carefully note what is the base value previous current. Memorize standard conversions to reduce on-spot calculations. This is your complete and final lecture for the percentage topic. No further reference needed. The upcoming arithmetic chapters like profit and loss, SI, C, and DI will use these basics repeatedly, so revise this often. Ready for the next topic? Just say it, and your next master lecture will begin immediately. Let's crack Ibps PO 2025 together, biceps fire. You said, profit and loss. ChatGPT said. Ibps PO quantitative aptitude, profit and loss 2025 full lecture. The topic of profit and loss is one of the most frequently asked areas in Ibps PO prelims and occasionally appears in mains in case-based arithmetic D. It tests your understanding of basic commercial mathematics, ability to form equations from statements, and perform precise calculations quickly. This lecture will cover basic definitions, key formulas, conceptual understanding, tricks, shortcut techniques, previous year trends, and 3 to 4 previous year questions with solutions. This note is sufficient for cracking any question from this topic. Conceptual foundation of profit and loss. In commercial transactions, a seller purchases a product at one price called the cost price and sells it to a customer at another price called the selling price. If the selling price is more than the cost price, the seller makes a profit gain; if less, then a loss occurs. Cost price CP, the price at which an article is purchased. Selling price SP, the price at which the article is sold. Profit or gain, when SP and GT, CP. Loss, when CP and GT, SP. Important formulas: direct application, profit equals SP, CP. Loss equals CP, SP. Profit percent equals profit, CP, times 100. Loss percent equals loss, CP, times 100. Loss percent equals loss, CP, times 100. SP equals CP times 100 plus profit percent, 100. SP equals CP times 100 loss percent, 100. CP equals SP times 100, 100 plus profit percent for profit. CP equals SP times 100, 100 loss percent for loss. If a product is sold at two different selling prices, one at gain X% and the other at loss X%, overall percentage loss equals X squared, 100%. Marked price MP, the price printed, tagged on the product before any discount is given. If a discount is D% and a profit of P% is made on CP, then SP equals MP times 100D, 100, and profit percent is always on CP. Types of questions asked in Ibps PO1. Basic profit loss questions. You are given CP and SP or profit loss percent and asked to find the missing variable. 2. Discount-based marked price type. Marked price is involved with discounts and final selling price. 3. Successive transactions. A man sells to B and B sells to C. You calculate overall profit loss. 4. Equating two CPs or SPs. Both transactions result in same profit or loss. Find unknown percentage. 5. False weight or adulteration. Trick problems involving cheating by reducing weight or adding impurity. Shortcut techniques. Learn to reverse SP left right arrow CP using multiplier shortcut. For example, if SP equals CP times 100 plus X, 100, then CP equals SP times 100, 100 plus X. Successive profit or loss. If profit of X% followed by Y%, overall percent profit equals X plus Y plus XY 100. When profit percent and loss percent are equal, and the selling prices are same, there's always a loss. Overall loss percent equals common percent squared 100. In discount questions, always apply discount on marked price, not CP. Previous year questions PYQs. Q1. A man buys an article for 250 rupees and sells it at a loss of 10%. What is the selling price? IBPS PO Prelims 2021. Solution. Loss percent equals 10%, so SP equals CP times 100 loss percent, 100 SP equals 250 times 90, 100 equals 225 rupees. Answer, 225 rupees. Q2. A shopkeeper marks an article 20% above cost price and allows a discount of 10%. Find the gain percentage. IBPS PO 2019. Solution, let CP equals 100 rupees. Then MP equals 120 rupees 20% above CP, after 10% discount. SP equals 120 times 0.90 equals 108 rupees profit equals 108 to 100 equals 8 rupees profit percent equals 8 100ths times 100 equals 8%. Answer, 8%. Q3. By selling a book for 240 rupees, a shopkeeper makes a loss of 20%. What is the cost price? IBPS Clerk Mains, adapted. SP equals 240 rupees, loss percent equals 20%. CP equals SP times 100, 100 loss percent equals 240 times 180 equals 300 rupees. Answer, 300 rupees. Q4. A dishonest trader marks his goods 40% above the cost price and gives a discount of 25%. Find his profit percentage. IBPS PO Prelims 2020. Let CP equals 100 rupees then MP equals 140 rupees. SP equals 140 25% of 140 equals 140 to 35 equals 105 rupees profit equals 105 to 100 equals 5 rupees profit percent equals 5 100ths times 100 equals 5%. Answer, 5%. Tricky model, false weight. A trader uses a weight of 950 gm instead of 1 kilogram while selling his goods at cost price. What is his profit percent? Solution. He gives 950 gm but takes price of 1000 gm. Profit equals 1,950, 950 times 100 equals 5950ths times 100 approximately equals 5.26%. Expected areas for IBPS PO 2025 successive gain, loss with cheating weights. Discount-based profit problems. Double selling scenarios, same CP, different SPs or vice versa. Questions with profit, loss percent difference. Adulteration models, e.g., mixing inferior products. Final tips. Master reverse calculation of SP left right arrow CP. Practice mental calculation for percentage change. Always base percentage on cost price, unless clearly told otherwise. Use substitution with CP equals 100 or MP equals 100 when in doubt for easier math. Practice at least 20 mixed level problems before final exam. This is your complete, final and perfect lecture on profit and loss for IBPS PO. You do not need to refer to anything else. You are now fully prepared for any question from this topic. Ready for the next topic. Just tell me biceps book. You said, simple interest chat GPT said. IBPS PO quantitative aptitude, simple interest. Complete master lecture, basic to advanced maximum coverage, paragraph format, no tables 2025 oriented, 3 to 4 previous year questions solved with year. Simple interest SI is a foundational topic in arithmetic for IBPS PO prelims and mains. It is directly asked or forms the base of cassalettes or data interpretation sets. In banking exams, simple interest questions generally test your ability to apply the formula quickly and understand various logical recombinations, especially where interest, principal, time, and rate are involved. Understanding this chapter clearly also helps in compound interest and installment-based questions. Definition. Simple interest is the interest calculated only on the principal amount, not on previously earned interest. This is different from compound interest, where interest is added to the principal to calculate the next period's interest. The basic formula of simple interest, the formula to calculate simple interest is SI equals P times R times T, 100, where P equals principal original sum of money, R equals rate of interest per annum, T equals time in years, SI equals simple interest. The total amount A after T years is A equals P plus SI. The rate and time must always be in the same units. If time is given in months, it must be converted to years. Common rearrangements of the formula. From the formula, you can derive any component if the other three are known. To find principal, P equals SI times 1. From the formula, you can derive any component if the other three are known. To find principal, P equals SI times 100 R times T. To find rate, R equals SI times 100 P times T. To find time, T equals SI times 100 P times R. Important IBPS concepts tested in SI questions. Finding principal when amount, rate, and time are given. Calculating interest difference between two different time periods or rates. Determining time or rate when other variables are known. Comparing interest for different persons or schemes. Understanding the relation between amount, SI, and principal in real-life scenarios like investments, loans, deposits, etc. Word problems with ages, time conversions, percentages, and direct logical traps. Tricks and shortcuts for IBPS PO 2025. If rate is same and time is same, SI is directly proportional to principal. If time is same and principal is same, SI is directly proportional to rate. Always check if time is in months. Convert months to years before applying the formula. Be alert for words like difference in SI for 2 years and 3 years. This gives the annual interest directly. For faster calculation, avoid decimals if not needed. Use approximate values when asked. Example 1 IBPS PO Prelims 2022. A sum of 5,000 rupees is lent at 10% per annum for 3 years. What is the simple interest earned? Solution. P equals 5,000, R equals 10, T equals 3 SI equals 5,000 times 10 times 3, 100 equals 1,500 rupees. Answer, 1,500 rupees. Example 2 IBPS PO Mains 2020. If the simple interest on a certain sum at 8% for 3 years is 960 rupees, then what is the principal? Solution. SI equals 960, R equals 8, T equals 3 P equals 960 times 100, 8 times 3 equals 96,024 equals 4,000 rupees. Answer, 4,000 rupees. Example 3 IBPS Clerk Prelims 2021. A man lends 1,500 rupees at 12% for some years and gets 540 rupees as simple interest. Find the time. Solution. SI equals 540, P equals 1,500, R equals 12. T equals SI times 100 P times R equals 540 times 100, 1,500 times 12 equals 54,000 18,000 equals 3 years. Answer, 3 years. Example 4 IBPS PO Prelims 2019. The difference between the simple interest on a sum at 10% P, A, for 4 years and 2 years is 400 rupees. What is the principal? Solution. Difference in SI for 2 years equals 400 rupees. This implies SI per year equals 200 rupees. The total SI for 1 year equals 200 rupees. Thus, using SI equals P times R times T, 100, 200 equals P times 10 times 1, 100 right pointing arrow P equals 2,000. Answer, 2,000 rupees. Conceptual questions IBPS may ask in 2025. Interest on two different amounts, same time and rate, find ratio of principals. Interest difference between 2 years and 3 years, find rate. If total amount is given after interest, backtrack to principal. Reverse engineered problems. First get SI from given data, then derive required variable. Combined SI for different persons investing differently, total interest shared, etc. Common traps in IBPS PO. Time in months is given but used as years, wrong. Rate per month is confused with annual rate. Forgetting to subtract SI from amount to find principal. Errors in rearranging formula under pressure. Predicted focus for 2025 exam. Rate per month is confused with annual rate. Forgetting to subtract SI from amount to find principal. Errors in rearranging formula under pressure. Predicted focus for 2025 exam. Real-life application-based SI questions, investment schemes, loan offers, etc. Mixed SI questions with direct logic embedded. Use of SI in data interpretation and comparison with C. Time-based interest changes X, 2 years at 10%, next 2 years at 12%. Practice advice. Solve at least 50 different SI questions ranging from easy to moderate level. Focus on time pressure solving. Learn to avoid traps, double-check units, months versus years, and simplify mentally when possible. Ready for the next topic? Just send it. We'll cover everything from base to exam level mastery. Red Heart Books. You said. And compound interest. ChatGPT said. Here is your complete, one-stop, full-length essay-style lecture on compound interest CI. IBPS PO Prelims plus Mains 2025 complete coverage. Compound interest C is one of the most commonly asked topics in both IBPS PO Prelims and Mains. Unlike simple interest, where interest is calculated only on the principal, compound interest includes interest on the previously earned interest, making it interest on interest. This compounding effect results in a larger amount accumulated over time and is applicable in real-world scenarios like fixed deposits, loans, investments, and savings accounts. In compound interest, the amount increases after every compounding period, and interest is calculated not just on the original principal but also on the interest that has been added during previous periods. The compounding may occur yearly, half-yearly, quarterly, monthly, or even daily, depending on the agreement or question asked. The standard formula to calculate compound interest when compounded annually is A equals P times 1 plus R 100 caret T, where the standard formula to calculate compound interest when compounded annually is A equals P times 1 plus R 100 caret T, where A equals final amount principal plus interest, P equals principal amount, R equals rate of interest per annum, T equals time in years, C equals A, P. If the interest is compounded more frequently, like half-yearly or quarterly, the formula is adjusted to A equals P times 1 plus R n times 100 caret n times T. Here, n is the number of times the interest is compounded per year. For half-yearly, n equals 2, for quarterly, n equals 4, etc. Shortcut techniques and mental tricks prelims use. For faster calculation in prelims, you must remember some basic percentage multiplication values. For example, 1 plus 5% squared equals 1.1025 right pointing arrow, which means for 2 years at 5%, the amount becomes 110.25% of the principal. Instead of calculating each year separately, you can multiply directly using short formulae like C for 2 years equals P times R squared plus 2R 10,000 when R is small, for fast estimates. Also, if the difference between C and SI is asked for 2 years, difference equals P times R 100 squared. This works only when time is 2 years. In mains level questions, C is often merged with other topics like profit loss, installments, population growth, or DI charts, so understanding the conceptual structure is essential. For example, in population problems where a population grows by a certain percent annually, C formula is used to calculate the population after a given number of years. If a sum becomes 1.44 times in 2 years, you can find the rate as follows: square root 1.44 equals 1.2 right pointing arrow 20% interest per annum. Points most likely to be asked in 2025 or previously asked: difference between SI and C for 2 or 3 years. Final amount after multiple years with fractional compounding. Time required for the amount to double or triple at a given rate, rule of 72 is also used, time approximately equals 72, rate. Questions involving compound interest combined with monthly or quarterly schemes. Successive percentage increase interpretation via C. Previous year questions on compound interest with answers 1. IBPS PO Prelims 2021. The compound interest on 8,000 rupees at 10% per annum for 2 years is A. 1,680 rupees, B. 1,600 rupees, C. 1,760 rupees, D. 1,640 rupees. The compound interest on 8,000 rupees at 10% per annum for 2 years is A. 1,680 rupees, B. 1,600 rupees, C. 1,760 rupees, D. 1,640 rupees. Solution. A equals 8,000 times 1 plus 10 100ths squared equals 8,000 times 1.1 squared equals 8,000 times 1.21 equals 9,680 rupees. C equals 9680, 8,000 equals 1,680 rupees. Right pointing arrow answer, A. 2. IBPS Clerk Mains 2020. What is the difference between the compound interest and the simple interest on 5,000 rupees at 8% per annum for 2 years? A. 32 rupees, B. 64 rupees, C. 40 rupees, D. 80 rupees. Solution. Difference equals P times R 100 squared equals 5,000 times 8 100ths squared equals 5,000 times 64 10,000ths equals 32 rupees. Right pointing arrow answer, A. 3. IBPS PO Prelims 2019. A sum becomes 5,832 rupees in 2 years at 8% compound interest per annum. What is the principal? A. 5,000 rupees, B. 5,200 rupees, C. 5,400 rupees, D. 5,600 rupees. Solution. Let P be the principal. P times 1.08 squared equals 5,832 rightwards double arrow P equals 5,832 over 1.1664 equals 5,000 rupees. Right pointing arrow answer, A. 4. IBPS PO Mains 2018. An amount of 10,000 rupees is compounded half-yearly at 10% per annum. What will be the amount after 1 year? A. 11,025 rupees, B. 10,500 rupees, C. 11,000 rupees, D. 10,250 rupees. Solution. Compounded half-yearly right pointing arrow R equals 5%, N equals 2, A equals 10,000 times 1 plus 5 100ths squared equals 10,000 times 1.05 squared equals 11,025 rupees. Right pointing arrow answer, A. Final smart tips for exam. For prelims, practice approximation techniques and percentage values. For mains, understand real-life scenarios, FDs, investments, installments. Always check if compounding is yearly, half-yearly, or quarterly, that changes everything. If the question mentions difference between SI and C for 2 years, use the direct formula. Master percentage multiplication like 1.10 squared equals 1.21, 1.20 squared equals 1.44, etc. Let me know the next topic. Your IBPS PO Arithmetic Masterclass is ready whenever you are. You don't need to refer anywhere else. Let's keep going till the last second biceps books. You said. Ratio in proportion. ChatGPT said. IBPS PO Quantitative Aptitude, Ratio in Proportion, Complete Theory plus Tricks plus PYQs plus 2025 Probable Points, Paragraph Essay Format. The concept of ratio in proportion forms a foundational part of arithmetic reasoning and is one of the most frequently tested areas in IBPS PO prelims and mains. The ratio compares two quantities in a specific order, while proportion is an equation that establishes the equality of two ratios. This chapter not only appears directly in word problems but also serves as a base for other topics like mixtures, ages, partnerships, time and work, and time and distance. A ratio expresses how much of one quantity is contained in another. It is denoted as A, B or AB. For example, if a basket contains 3 apples and 5 oranges, the ratio of apples to oranges is 3, 5. The two terms of a ratio should always be of the same units, otherwise comparison is mathematically invalid. Ratios can be scaled up or down by multiplying or dividing both terms by the same number, and the value of the ratio remains unchanged. In IBPS PO exams, you are often asked to simplify compound ratios, compare multiple ratios, or convert ratios to percentages. If A, B equals 2, 3 and B, C equals 4, 5, then the compound ratio A, B, C can be calculated by equalizing the common term B in both ratios. B's LCM is 12, so you scale the first as A, B equals 8:12 and the second as B, C equals 12:15. Hence A, B, C equals 8 hours 12 minutes and 15 seconds. Proportion, on the other hand, means that two ratios are equal. If A, B equals C, D, then the four quantities are in proportion and this can be written as A, B, C, D. Here, A and D are the extremes, and B and C are the means. The cross-product rule is important, A times D equals B times circa. This property is frequently used in solving problems involving proportional distribution, cost sharing, and scaling. One common application is in direct proportion, where increasing one quantity leads to a proportional increase in another. For instance, if the number of workers increases, the work is completed faster. This is based on proportional reasoning. In inverse proportion, one value increases while the other decreases proportionally, such as speed and time. Another important area is continued proportion, where three quantities A, B, C are in continued proportion if A, B equals B, C. This implies B squared equals AC. It is sometimes used in forming equations in mixture or algebra-based problems. IBPS PO also tests practical scenarios like sharing profit among partners in a business, distributing money based on work done, or ages of people in a given ratio. These word problems involve converting the given total into parts using the ratio. For example, if Rs. 1200 is to be divided among A, B, and C in the ratio 2, 3, 5, you sum the parts 2 plus 3 plus 5 equals 10, then divide the total accordingly. It gets 2/10 times 1200 equals Rs. 240, B gets 3/10 times 1200 equals Rs. 360, and C gets 5/10 times 1200 equals Rs. 600. Often, the examiner introduces twists like excess or deficit sharing, or unknown total value, requiring algebraic use of ratios. Another critical trick is inverting the ratio when asked to find the reciprocal or when the terms are reversed. If A, B equals 3, 4, then B, A equals 4, 3. Understanding unitary methods in ratio problems is important too. For instance, if 6 men complete a work in 10 days, how many days will 4 men take? This is solved using inverse ratio. 4 men will take 6/4 times 10 equals 15 days. In IBPS PO mains, problems are often nested. A D question may involve a ratio distribution of values across categories. Sometimes, they test on relative ratios, such as, A is 25% more than B, which is the same as A, B equals 125, 100 equals 5, 4. Time-saving tricks include canceling common factors quickly, rewriting percentages into ratios directly, 25% equals 1, 3, and checking options via backward substitution when stuck. IBPS PO Previous Year Questions PYQs. IBPS PO 2022 Prelims. If the ratio of A to B is 3, 5 and the difference between their shares is Rs. 800, what is the total amount? Answer, the difference in ratio equals 5 to 3 equals 2 parts. So, 2 parts equals 800 rightwards double arrow 1 part equals 400 rightwards double arrow total equals 3 plus 5 times 400 equals Rs. 3200. IBPS PO 2021 mains. Two numbers are in the ratio 4, 7. If their HCF is 12, find the numbers. Answer, let numbers be 4x and 7x. HCF equals x equals 12 rightwards double arrow numbers equals 48, 84. IBPS PO 2020 prelims. A and B earn in the ratio 5, 4, and spend in the ratio 3, 2. If both save Rs. 4,000 each, find A's income. Answer, let incomes be 5x and 4x, expenditures be 3y and 2y so, savings equals income, expenditure rightwards double arrow 5x 3y equals 4x 2y equals 4,000 solving, x equals 4,000, so A's income equals 5 times 4,000 equals Rs. 20,000. IBPS PO 2019 mains. The ratio of milk to water in 2 vessels is 5, 3 and 2, 1. In what ratio should the two mixtures be mixed to get a mixture with milk to water ratio 7, 4? Answer, let M1W1 equals 5/3, M2W2 equals 2/1. Let the quantities be x and y then total milk equals 5x plus 2y, total water equals 3x plus y, 5x plus 2y, 3x plus y equals 7/4 rightwards double arrow cross multiplying gives 20x plus 8y equals 21x plus 7y rightwards double arrow x equals y hence, they must be mixed in 1 ratio. Likely 2025 question patterns. Questions on inverse and direct proportions in time, work and speed, mixture problems based on proportional distribution, ratio-based profit sharing and ages, HCF LCM linked ratio questions, nested ratios and D interpretations. In conclusion, ratio and proportion not only form a base for many arithmetic problems but also act as logical tools in interpreting D and complex word problems. For IBPS PO 2025, mastering this topic can give you a strong advantage in speed and accuracy, especially when combined with simplification and approximation techniques already covered. Let me know the next arithmetic topic and I will continue with the same format, from scratch to topper level. You said, averages ChatGPT said. IBPS PO quantitative aptitude, averages full-length theory and PYQs included. Averages are one of the most fundamental arithmetic concepts tested in IBPS PO prelims and mains. This chapter holds significance not just as a standalone topic but also forms the base for a variety of other chapters like data interpretation, mixtures and allegation, time and work, and so on. Concept of average. The average or arithmetic mean of a group of values is obtained by dividing the sum of all values by the total number of values. It represents the central value of a dataset. Formula. Average equals sum of all quantities, number of quantities. This simple definition is often the foundation for solving complex word problems. Important subconcepts and tricks. Sum of quantities equals average times number of quantities. You can use this reverse method when average and number of values are known, but you are asked to find the sum. Addition or removal of a person in a group. If a person joins or leaves a group, and the average changes, we use the following logic. New total equals old total plus or minus difference due to person. Use this to find the value of a person added or removed. Replacing a value. When a value is replaced and average changes, total sum will increase or decrease based on the difference of values. Equal distribution method, deviation method. If some values are higher and some lower than the average, their deviations cancel each other out. Sum of deviations above average equals sum of deviations below average. Weighted average. If two groups have different averages and sizes, the combined average can be found as combined average equals sum plus sum, n plus n, or use combined average equals average times n plus average times n, n plus n. Average speed. If a person travels equal distances at different speeds, average speed is not the arithmetic mean. For two equal distances at speed x and y, average speed equals 2xy x plus y. Types of questions asked in IBPS PO. Basic average calculation. Given numbers, find the average. Missing number based on average. One value is missing, use average to find it. Group average problems. Average age of group A and B, then combined average. Effect of replacement, additions. Find the new value when average changes. Data interpretation integration. Use averages in interpreting D tables charts. Previous year questions solved. Q1. The average weight of 5 men is 66 kg. One more man joins the group and the average increases by 2 kg. What is the weight of the new man? IBPS PO Prelims 2018. Solution. Total weight of 5 men equals 66 times 5 equals 330 kg. New average equals 68 kg. Right pointing arrow. Total of 6 men equals 68 times 6 equals 408 kg. Weight of new man equals 408 minus 330 equals 78 kg. Answer, 78 kg. Q2. The average age of 30 students in a class is 15 years. When the teacher's age is included, the average becomes 16 years. What is the age of the teacher? IBPS PO Prelims 2017. Solution. Total age of 30 students equals 30 times 15 equals 450. Total with teacher equals 31 times 16 equals 496. Age of teacher equals 496 minus 450 equals 46 years. Answer, 46 years. Q3. The average of 4 consecutive even numbers is 27. What is the largest of these numbers? IBPS PO Prelims 2019. Solution. Let the numbers be x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6. Average equals x plus 2 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 6, 4 equals 4 x plus 12, 4 equals x plus 3 equals 27. Right pointing arrow. X equals 24. Largest equals x plus 6 equals 24 plus 6 equals 30. Answer, 30. Q4. The average of 12 numbers is 20. If the average of the first 4 numbers is 15 and that of the next 6 numbers is 21, what is the average of the remaining 2 numbers? IBPS PO Mains 2020. Solution. Total of 12 numbers equals 12 times 20 equals 240. Sum of first 4 equals 4 times 15 equals 60. Sum of next 6 equals 6 times 21 equals 126. Sum of last 2 equals 240 minus 60 minus 126 equals 54. Average of last 2 equals 54 halves equals 27. Answer, 27. Final revision tricks for averages. Whenever average increases or decreases is mentioned, always think in terms of total sum changing. Equal distribution means the average. If someone is above average by x, someone must be below average by x. Replacement questions, use. New person's value equals old person's value plus or minus. New person's value equals old person's value plus or minus change in average times number of people. For weighted averages, treat each group's total sum separately and then combine. Expected focus for IBPS PO 2025. Short D-based average questions embedded in tables and bar graphs. Weighted average and data interpretation. Age-based or employee group average problems with additions removals. Average speed or travel-based average concept. Mixture of average and percentage and mains level word problems. If you master this chapter with full clarity and practice these types of questions, you can confidently answer every average question in both prelims and mains without panic. Type your next quant topic and I'll start right away. We'll finish everything perfectly. Let's crack Ibps 2025 fire full score. You said, time and work. ChatGPT said. Time and work, complete theory plus PYQs, Ibps 2025. Understanding the topic of time and work is crucial for Ibps aspirants because it is one of the most frequently tested concepts in the arithmetic section of the quantitative aptitude paper. This concept not only appears in isolation but is also interlinked with other topics such as pipes and cisterns, efficiency-based questions, and time and wages problems. The beauty of this chapter lies in its logical pattern and universal method of solving using the LCM technique and efficiency method. Let's learn this in full from basic to advanced. Concept 1. Basic idea of time and work. The fundamental idea of this chapter is work equals rate times time. If a person can complete a work in 10 days, then A's 1 day's work equals 1/10 of the total work. So, if it works for 5 days, it completes 5 times 1/10 equals 1/2 of the work. Similarly, if A and B work together, and it is 1/10 of a per day and B does 1/20 of a per day, then together they do 1/10 plus 1/20 equals 2 plus 1/20 equals 3/20 work per day. Thus, the total time required to finish the work is the reciprocal of total per day work, i.e. 23 days. Concept 2. Efficiency method. This method compares how many units of work a person can do per day. Let's assume a completes the work in 10 days. So his efficiency is 10 units of total work divided by 10 days equals 1 unit per day. Let's say B can complete the same work in 5 days. His efficiency equals 10 divided by 5 equals 2 units per day. So B is twice as efficient as A. This method becomes powerful when combined with LCM. Concept 3. LCM method for solving time and work. Suppose it can finish a work in 12 days, and B in 18 days. Take LCM of 12 and 18 equals 36, this becomes total work. A's 1 day work equals 36 divided by 12 equals 3 units, B's 1 day work equals 36 divided by 18 equals 2 units, together equals 3 plus 2 equals 5 units per day, so total time equals 36 divided by 5 equals 7.2 days. This method helps simplify most questions, including advanced patterns. Concept 4. Alternate days work. If A and B work on alternate days, it means we need to calculate work done in 2-day cycles. Example, it is 5 units per day, B does 3 units per day. In 2 days equals 5 plus 3 equals 8 units. Suppose total work equals 40 units. Number of full 2-day cycles equals 40 divided by 8 equals 5 cycles, right pointing arrow 10 days. If remainder work is left, say total work equals 42, then 5 cycles to 40 units. 2 units left, right pointing arrow, check whose turn is next. Concept 5. Work and wages. This is also part of Ibps SPO questions. If A and B complete a work together and receive a total wage, the money is divided in the ratio of the work they've done or the efficiency ratio. For example, if A and B work together and complete a task for 300 rupees, and it is 60% of the work, he will get 180 rupees and B gets 120 rupees. Concept 6. Pipes and cisterns. Variation of time and work. Pipes and cisterns work like men doing work. An inlet pipe fills the tank, positive work, and an outlet pipe empties the tank, negative work. Example, inlet fills in 5 hours, right pointing arrow 1/5 work per hour, outlet empties in 10 hours, right pointing arrow minus 1/10 work per hour, together equals 1/5, 1/10 equals 1/10, right pointing arrow, time to fill equals 10 hours. Concept 7. Combined work, more than 2 people. Same LCM method works. Find LCM of their days, divide by individual days to get efficiencies, sum them, and divide total work by total daily work. Concept 8. Man-day concept. Work is always taken as equals number of men times number of days times number of hours. This helps solve work sharing problems. PYQs with solutions. Q1 Ibps 2020, it can complete a work in 12 days and B can do it in 18 days. They work together for 4 days, and then it leaves. How long will B take to finish the remaining work? Solution. LCM of 12 and 18 equals 36 units, A equals 3 units per day, B equals 2 units per day, together 4 days equals 3 plus 2 times 4 equals 20 units, then remaining equals 36 to 20 equals 16 units, B alone equals 16 divided by 2 equals 8 days, answer, 8 days. Q2 Ibps 2019, it can do a work in 8 days, B in 12 days. They work together but after 2 days B leaves. In how many days will it finish the remaining work? Solution. LCM equals 24 units, A equals 3 per day, B equals 2 per day, 2 days equals 3 plus 2 times 2 equals 10 units, then remaining equals 24 to 10 equals 14 units, alone equals 14 divided by 3 equals 4.67 days, answer, 4 days 2/3 or 4.67 days. Q3 Ibps SPO prelims 2021, A, B, and C can do a work in 20, 30, and 60 days respectively. If all work together, how long will it take? Solution. LCM equals 60 units. A equals 3 per day, B equals 2 per day, C equals 1 per day, right pointing arrow, total equals 6 units per day, time equals 60 divided by 6 equals 10 days. Q4 Ibps Clerk Mains 2020, 8 men can complete a work in 15 days. After 5 days, 4 men left. How many more days to complete the work? Solution. Total work equals 8 times 15 equals 120 man days, work done in 5 days equals 8 times 5 equals 40, remaining equals 80. Now only 4 men, right pointing arrow, 80 divided by 4 equals 20 days, answer, 20 days. What to expect in Ibps 2025 checkmark efficiency-based problems with alternate days checkmark work and wages ratio division checkmark pipes and cisterns is negative work checkmark mandate questions with people leaving or joining checkmark 2 to 3 step LCM-based questions in D form. You have completed the entire time and work chapter from 0 to mastery in one go, theory, logic, types, formulas, PYQs, shortcuts, and what to expect in the exam. Ready for the next arithmetic topic? Just name it and we'll continue our perfect full book coaching here. Let's do this and crack Ibps 2025 biceps fire. You said. Time, speed and distance. ChatGPT said. Time, speed and distance, Ibps 2025 complete lecture, with basics to advanced theory plus PYQs solved plus full-length essay-style explanation. Time, speed, and distance is a fundamental topic in the Ibps quantitative aptitude section and consistently appears in both prelims and mains exams. Questions range from direct formula applications to tricky logical situations involving relative speed, trains, boats and streams, late arrivals, and average speed. Understanding the core relationship between time, speed, and distance, and learning how to manipulate that relation in different contexts, is key to cracking this topic. Theory and concepts basic to advanced. The base formula for all problems in this topic is distance equals speed times time. From this, we derive speed equals distance divided by time. Time equals distance divided by speed. These relationships are applicable across all variations of the topic, whether it's a car journey, a person walking, a train moving, or even a swimmer going upstream or downstream. Unit conversions. Speed is usually given in kilometer per hour or meter per second. You must know how to convert. To convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, multiply by 5/18. To convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, multiply by 18/5. Example, 36 kilometers per hour equals 36 times 5/18 equals 10 meters per second. Relative speed train. Relative speed trains, people walking towards, away from each other. When two objects move in opposite directions, their relative speed is the sum of their speeds. When they move in the same direction, the relative speed is the difference between their speeds. Example. If A is running at 10 km per hour and B at 6 km per hour in the same direction, relative speed equals 10 to 6 equals 4 km per hour. If in opposite direction, relative speed equals 10 plus 6 equals 16 km per hour. Train-based problems. A train's speed is often in km per hour, but lengths are in meters, so you must convert speed to meter per second. If a train of length L meters crosses, a train's speed is often in km per hour, but lengths are in meters, so you must convert speed to meter per second. If a train of length L meters crosses a stationary object or pole, time equals length speed. A stationary object or pole, time equals length speed. A platform or bridge length p, time equals L plus p, speed. Another train length equals L2, speed equals S2. Same direction, time equals L1 plus L2, S1, S2. Opposite direction, time equals L1 plus L2, S1 plus S2. Boats and streams. Let B equals speed of boat in still water, S equals speed of stream. Downstream speed equals B plus S. Upstream speed equals B, S. Key formulas. Time taken to go downstream equals distance B plus S. Time taken to go upstream equals distance B, S. Average speed. If a person travels same distance d at speed x and returns at speed y, average speed equals 2xy x plus y. This is not the average of x and y. This formula only works when distance is the same in both directions. Late and early arrival. If increasing speed leads to early arrival and decreasing speed leads to late arrival, we equate total time using the formula. Let original speed equals by kilometer per hour, total distance equals dkm. Then use the equation dx equals dx plus a plus time saved. This method helps solve cases like, had he walked 2 km per hour faster, he'd be 10 minutes early. Shortcuts and advanced tricks. When ratio of speeds is given, distance is constant, right pointing arrow, time is an inverse ratio. When ratio of times is given, speed is an inverse ratio. Expected patterns in Ibps 2025 based on previous trends. 1 to 2 questions on trains in prelims. 1 question on boats and streams or late, early arrival in mains. 1 question on average speed or relative speed. Approximately 2 to 3 marks weighted overall, prelims, and 3 to 4 marks mains. Previous year questions, PYQs with solutions. Q1, Ibps 2022 prelims. A man covers a distance of 240 kilometers in 6 hours partly by train and partly by car. If he travels 180 kilometers by train and the rest by car, it takes him 4 hours. If he travels 120 kilometers by train and the rest by car, he takes 5 hours. Find the speed of the train and the car. Solution. Let train speed equals by kilometer per hour, car speed equals y kilometer per hour. Case 1, 100 Let train speed equals by kilometer per hour. Car speed equals y kilometer per hour. Case 1. 180x plus 60. Y equals 4. Case 2. 120x plus 120. Y equals 5. Solving these linear equations, we get x equals 60 kilometers per hour. Y equals 40 kilometers per hour. Check mark. Let train speed equals by kilometer per hour. Car speed equals y kilometer per hour. Case 1. 180x plus 60. Y equals 4. Case 2. 120x plus 120. Y equals 5. Solving these linear equations, we get x equals 60 kilometers per hour. Y equals 40 kilometers per hour. Check mark. Q2. IBPSPO 2021 mains. A train crosses a platform 100 meters long in 15 seconds and a person in 9 seconds. Find the speed of the train. Solution. Let length of train equals L meters, speed equals L, 9 equals L plus 100, 15 right pointing arrow L equals 90. Speed equals 99 equals 10 meters per second, convert to kilometer per hour. 10 times 18 fifths equals 36 kilometers per hour. Check mark. Q3. IBPSPO 2020 prelims. A man can row 12 kilometers downstream in 3 hours and the same distance upstream in 4 hours. Find speed of stream. Solution. Downstream speed equals 12 thirds equals 4 kilometers per hour. Upstream speed equals 12 quarters equals 3 kilometers per hour. Speed of stream equals 4 to 3 2 equals 0.5 kilometers per hour. Check mark. Q4. IBPSPO 2019 mains. A car covers a certain distance at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour in 8 hours. If the speed is increased by 15 kilometers per hour, how much time will be saved? Solution. Distance equals 60 times 8 equals 480 kilometers. New speed equals 75 kilometers per hour. New time equals 480 75 equals 6.4 hours equals 6 hours 24 minutes. Time saved equals 1 hour 36 minutes. Check mark. Final tips for mastery. Always convert units before solving. Practice D plus word problems together as they often overlap. For prelims, focus on calculation speed. For mains, focus on logic and combinations. Memorize key formulas, but understand how to derive them for flexibility. For time management, don't spend more than 2 minutes per question. You now have everything you need for the time, speed, and distance section of IBPSPO 2025. No coaching, no books, no websites. Just revise this thoroughly and practice well. Ready for next topic. Just say the name. Let's finish this course. Crack IBPSPO and win trophy fire. You said, boats and strings. ChatGPT said. IBPSPO quantitative aptitude. Boats and strings complete lecture prelims and mains 2025 masterclass. From basic to advanced. Essay style. No tables, no omissions. PYQs included. The topic of boats and strings is a key part of the arithmetic section of IBPSPO quantitative aptitude. It tests your understanding of relative speed in the context of movement in water, where the presence of a current, stream, or river influences the effective speed of a boat. This chapter is generally considered moderate in difficulty, but if concepts are well understood, it becomes a scoring area, especially in prelims. Core concepts. When a boat moves through still water, its speed is referred to as the speed of the boat in still water. A stream or current, on the other hand, has its own speed. When both act together, two major cases arise. Downstream, when the boat moves in the direction of the stream, the effective speed increases. The formula is downstream speed equals speed of boat plus speed of stream. Upstream, when the boat moves against the direction of the stream, the effective speed decreases. The formula is upstream speed equals speed of boat minus speed of stream. These two basic scenarios form the backbone of all problems in this topic. Using them, you can compute time, distance, or speed in either direction. The unit of speed is usually in kilometer per hour or ms/sec. You must ensure consistent units in all calculations. If distance is in km and time in hours, use kilometer per hour. If distance is in meters and time in seconds, use ms/sec. For conversion between kilometer per hour and ms/sec, multiply or divide by 5/18 or 18 fifths accordingly. Fundamental formula: speed equals distance time. Time equals distance speed. Distance equals speed times time. In this topic, the difficulty level increases slightly when you're asked to calculate either the speed of the stream, the speed of the boat in still water, or even total round trip times involving both upstream and downstream. Types of questions. Find speed of stream or boat using given upstream and downstream speeds. Calculate time taken to travel a certain distance downstream and or upstream. Round trip problems where time for both upstream and downstream legs are involved. Variable distances are comparative time problems, where a boat covers unequal distances with or against the stream. Missing term problems, where speed or time is given as a ratio. Advanced tips. If you are given only downstream and upstream speeds and asked to find speed of boat or stream. Boat speed equals downstream speed plus upstream speed 2. Stream speed equals downstream speed minus upstream speed 2. Always simplify ratios first before applying them into time or distance formulas. In mains, the data may appear embedded within a passage or caselet. Focus on unit consistency and extract numerical values precisely. Sample problem types with full solutions. Question 1. IBPS PO Prelims 2021. A boat can go 30 kilometers downstream in 2 hours and can return upstream in 3 hours. What is the speed of the boat in still water? Solution. Downstream speed equals 30 halves equals 15 kilometers per hour. Upstream speed equals 30 thirds equals 10 kilometers per hour. Speed of boat equals 15 plus 10. 2 equals 12.5 kilometers per hour. Answer. 12.5 kilometers per hour. Check mark. Question 2. IBPS PO Mains 2019. A man rows 40 kilometers downstream in 4 hours and returns upstream in 5 hours. Find the speed of the stream. Solution. Downstream speed equals 40 quarters equals 10 kilometers per hour. Upstream speed equals 40 fifths equals 8 kilometers per hour. Speed of stream equals 10 minus 8. 2 equals 1 kilometer per hour. Answer. 1 kilometer per hour. Check mark. Question 3. IBPS PO Prelims 2020. If the speed of a boat in still water is 12 kilometers per hour and the speed of the stream is 4 kilometers per hour, how much time will the boat take to travel 32 kilometers upstream? Solution. Upstream speed equals 12 minus 4 equals 8 kilometers per hour. Time equals 32 eighths equals 4 hours. Answer. 4 hours. Check mark. Question 4. IBPS PO mock pattern. A boat covers a distance of 60 kilometers downstream in 3 hours and returns in 5 hours. What is the speed of the stream? Solution. Downstream speed equals 60 thirds equals 20 kilometers per hour. Upstream speed equals 60 fifths equals 12 kilometers per hour. Stream speed equals 20 minus 12. 2 equals 4 kilometers per hour. Answer. 4 kilometers per hour. Check mark. Final pointers for exam. Most IBPS PO prelims questions are direct formula based. In mains, questions are often embedded within D sets or lengthy word problems, so practicing time management and comprehension becomes important.